Welcome, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome back to the Infernal Brotherhood of the Scruffy Looking Nerf Herders. This is, of course, a live streaming YouTube video cast about Star Wars and pop culture by Star Wars fans for Star Wars fans.
That's
and,
awesome.
of course, this is the HoloNet news. Well, that was really hard to say for some reason.
Wow.
Yeah.
Been hitting the sauce early, I see.
Yeah, this root beer, man, it's fucking me up. Jesus. That's probably my problem. I'm not drinking. This is the first show I haven't been drinking. Never make that mistake again.
What are you doing?
I don't know. Just barely getting home, man.
Yeah, we both had pretty miserable restaurant experiences today.
Well, to be fair, the second part was pretty dope. If you ever get a chance to check out Doki Doki, that's pretty awesome. It's a Japanese crepe and ice cream joint.
Oh, wow.
Fucking awesome.
What a trip. All right. I'll have to check out Doki Doki.
Yeah, good luck finding it, but it's there.
Great.
It's like down an alley, like middle. Yeah, it's a small place, but it's dope.
Wow. Is it a real place, or is it just like some Japanese
no, it's a real
dude
place.
like moving around from corner to corner in the city? Like, what's the...
If it was, I'd follow him, but no.
What's up, Josh? Thanks for joining us, man. We actually have a lot to talk about.
Oh, yes. Some stuff I haven't even heard yet, so I'm pretty excited.
Yeah. Yes, Lorcan, this is Star Wars.
What's a Star Wars?
No, whores.
Oh, Star Wars, yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Because, it's
us. We're whores about Star Wars.
We're totally whores. Certainly about Star Wars, anyway. We try to be whores in real life, but the problem is that girls don't really want us. So
nobody even wants me. I try.
I mean, we have the desire. We have that flame in our hearts to be whores. I've even tried like standing on street corners, but I can't get one motherfucker to look at me. I mean, not even just like girls or like old people, like no guys either. I don't know what the fuck the problem is. I mean, it might be my Chewbacca outfit, but I don't know. It's weird.
It's probably the fact that you're pulling your pud underneath your Chewbacca outfit while you're waving to people.
How else are you supposed to attract them? You got to get your pheromones out.
I don't know. Obviously, I don't fucking know. I haven't figured it out yet.
So messed up. That's what I do. I have someone standing in the bushes with the camera. I'm trying to be one of those weird porno sites that just has like people wanking off, and then random people come up on the street, and then you like fucking a bus or something. But no one wants to get in my magic mystery van.
Never makes it that far.
So weird. All right, so we do have a bunch of rumors to go through. A handful of rumors, anyway. So what we...
Some big ones, at least.
What's that?
Some big ones.
A few of them, and they're big rumors. Big bullshit. Like, there's a lot. This is what I never understood. Star Wars movies, before this recent batch, this trilogy that we're sort of in the middle of, there wasn't, I don't ever remember this amount of speculation that was spread out and then mass disappointment when whatever it was didn't live up to said speculation. So it's weird that we're now in the middle of this sort of festering hole of rumors.
Yeah.
This disease-infested, herpes-filled hole of Star Wars rumors that we're trying to like wade through and not touch the walls and shit. And it's, no matter what we do, we're gonna fucking come out on the other side with herpes, and we're gonna be disappointed. It drives me crazy, this whole thing. But because of social media, because of the prevalence of internet communication, because we are all connected within nano fucking electricity spanning
technology. Yeah. There's
the
words in there.
I don't know what I was trying to say. Because we are so incredibly connected, we're able to have one random dude in the middle of fucking nowhere say, I wonder if, and then suddenly news outlets pick it up, and it's a fucking story. So that leads us perfectly into our first rumor here, and this is Meryl Streep is going to replace Carrie Fisher as General Princess Leia Organa in Star Wars Episode 9. So this was really weird to me because it started as a dude who just thought it would be an interesting fix for the problem that was Carrie Fisher's death to the series, which is a weird way of thinking about it.
Yeah, that's
and we'll get into
stupid.
this
Yeah.
the next episode because we're going to be talking about Leia at the end of this month. But the idea of it on its face, I don't think is that wild and crazy, but it's just a fan petition. So that doesn't mean anything. It's just someone who wants perhaps...
I hadn't even seen that part yet.
Yeah, so again, it was just a petition, but then the petition was picked up by rumor mill sites, and then it was picked up by actual news sites as a rumor. Which is weird. It's like this weird biofeedback process. It's like someone took a bite of like a really juicy steak that they thought was wonderful. They chewed it up. They saw someone who was like, "Oh, I love steak," and they're like, "Here, let me baby bird this chewed up steak into your mouth." And so they like baby bird it into their mouth. This chewed up steak is then being chewed up by someone else, which is really fucking nasty. But some dude down the street was like, "Oh my gosh, I love the idea of eating steak," and then he baby birded the fucking steak into the other dude's mouth. And so we have this weird chain of like digested steak passing throughout this weird Star Wars community, and it's, I don't know, I think we may have just fucking gone off the rails at this point.
Yeah, it's...
And I would just blame the Star Wars community for this, except that it was picked up by fucking mainstream news outlets. Like,
well, to be fair, news outlets are a bunch of crap anyways. Like, every time I watch news, which is not often, and it's never intentional, it's always just like you could easily be watching an infomercial. Mm-hmm. Like, you put it on mute and dub up some infomercial dribble and music, and yeah, it syncs up perfect. So it's not surprising.
I'm sorry. I have Operation Ivy like running in my mind now because Lorcan says, "If she does, I'll riot," and I just hear, "Oh yeah, I want to riot."
Oh yeah, I am fucking like. Okay, so first time I saw it, I'm figuring, fucking April Fool's joke. It's like, it's not April 1st. What the fuck? And then going through the article that I read, oh, well, they were close friends, and, she's basically like an understudy, and it's like, no. Oh, God damn it. I love Meryl Streep. She is a fucking amazing actor, just a beautiful artist, but...
Yeah, here she is.
Carrie Fisher, she is not. Yeah, that would just... I'd fucking have to burn something or
just
punch
like
someone
straight
in the face.
1.5 difference just in height alone.
Yeah.
Fucking Princess Organa just sprouted. I mean, fuck. And this is the weird thing, because I feel very sorry for J.J. Abrams, or if Colin Trevorrow was going to still write the next movie, because of the untimeliness and unfortunate passing of Carrie Fisher. What do you do? She was integral to everyone's interpretation of what this trilogy was going to be going into.
Oh, yeah.
And now you're stuck with this real decision of, we're going to have to write her out. Like, whether it's she's in a general status back in the Resistance base somewhere, or she's in the middle of some other weird adventure or something, like, she can't be involved anymore. And they left it where she was literally on the Millennium Falcon with the remainder of the Resistance. So how can you suddenly, she's in the toilet. She really do. Like,
oh no, the door's jammed for the next 3 hours.
No, Chewbacca can't open it. He's busy with doing something else. I don't know.
Well, yeah, that's the crazy part too, because it just seemed like they were going to lean everything on her this next episode. Because I mean, the core cast, they're gone. Like, Luke dies at the fucking end. Nobody gives a shit about Chewbacca apparently, as per the last fucking movie. But that's a whole other tangent. I'm not even going to start. But it's like, fuck, what? How are they going to do that now? I mean, if anybody can do it, I trust J.J. Abrams. Like, he is a gem. But yeah, it's just like, how the fuck
I kind of wish Simon Pegg was writing this shit now.
Well, no shit. I mean, that goes without saying. If that's ever an option for anything, Simon fucking Pegg should be picked. Yeah, like, just genius and hilarious.
I could maybe see him doing an episode of the TV series that Favreau is making.
Oh yeah, that would make sense. I could see him
like cameo directing or something, which would be awesome. So that would be a wonderful. Hey guys, it's a theory. News outlets, pick it up.
Yes, pick this shit up. You heard it here first, folks.
I mean, truth is, no one watches this. Even the people in the chat room aren't really here. They're just like bots.
Well, my wife has Russian it on in the background while she's watching drag shows. So whatever.
Wait, drag
totally-
shows?
Yeah, like drag queens.
Your
RuPaul's
wife
drag-
watches drag queen shows?
We both do.
Really?
Fuck yeah.
Okay,
Love
hold
drag
on a second.
queens.
I didn't even know that there was such a thing. What is a drag queen show?
Do you know what a drag queen is?
Yes.
Do you know what a television show is?
Yes.
Okay, so you
Like
take
Survivor?
drag queens. Yeah, but with a lot more makeup and
Really?
catty. Oh yeah.
What, they
No,
have to
not
be
even
the
remotely
best
like
drag? Like, I don't understand. Is it a competition?
Yeah, it's a competition. How the fuck have you never heard of RuPaul's Drag Race?
I know who
Seriously.
RuPaul is. Isn't she? He has a talk show, right? He had a talk show.
Does everything.
Okay,
like,
anyway. I don't fucking-
Anything that there is, like, I'm surprised he's not a part of Star Wars.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
All right, well, maybe he'll be in the cantina or something next time. There'll be a drag queen contest that he's running in the, like, a Mos Eisley cantina. And then...
That could make up for a shitty movie. I'd buy it.
Yeah. Well, on a serious note, Lorcan says he thinks that they should start episode 9 with her death being like sort of the jump off point, which would be really interesting because if you think about the prequel trilogy, episode 2 and episode 3, there was a huge gap there.
Oh yeah, there was a good
like the Clone Wars. I mean, the entirety of the Clone Wars, and so there's the war of the Resistance and the First Order. Do you think they're gonna just jump that too and go to the end?
It would make sense. I mean, a lot of things would make sense if they had done them, but they didn't. Just with like how the previous trilogies have been mapped out. Because yeah, you usually get like a huge gap. I mean, even Empire to Return. That was a good solid year, 2 years if I remember correctly. And then episode 1 to episode 2. That's 5-6 fucking years right there.
Yeah.
Versus going from 7 to 8, where it's here's 7, and then here's 8, 5 seconds later. But somehow it's not quite 5 seconds later. I don't know. That would be the thing that would make sense, to have that little bit of a gap and explain in the scroll. Oh yeah, there was a fight and she's dead, and then
it would just be
like
such a hollow feeling, though. Like, how do you pay respects to someone that has been through so much with you as a viewer, and then on top of that, as a fan of the actress, how do you pay that off in a line of a scroll? Like,
my
do you think
guess
they would even bother doing that because it would be such? It would just be seen as not enough, you know?
Well, I think it would start with that sort of explaining. At least this is what would make sense to me. Like, there's a little bit of explaining, and then there's sort of like a memorial service. That's where it ends, and then automatically picks up right into another battle, like the First Order found wherever the hell they went, type of thing. And it would make sense that it would be really heavy on her in the scroll, because you're ending this trilogy that ties in more with the original trilogy than the prequel trilogy tied in with the original trilogy. That it would have to be mostly about her, because that's kind of what it was with, Star Wars A New Hope. Was a lot of the scroll was about her. So in my opinion,
I want to
like,
save some of this conversation for next episode.
Yeah,
let's center on her. So I'm sorry, I took us down this friggin' path. This is so of course Meryl Streep is not going to be playing freaking Princess Leia. That's absurd. Sorry, I have like new message filters turned on, so when there's like a link or a swear word, I have to manually approve it. So there was a swear word that I just
good
approved. Job. So okay, so the next one is going to be is Solo going to be a disaster? So this was released originally by
The Guardian.
Well, the link I gave was from the
that was never mind.
But it was like the Vulture, or I can't remember. I can't remember the originating source media post, but it was talking about how Disney is so concerned about Solo being a hit based on the performance of The Last Jedi. But the irony within that is that all of the troubles that caused the original directors to be fired happened much earlier, before The Last Jedi was ever even released. And so that's
they were still in post when that happened.
That was all complete bullshit. And it's this weird, again, it's this feedback loop where there's a significant amount of the fan base that is not happy with The Last Jedi, and so they're trying to push that onto the other projects. But like Rogue One, I dug. I genuinely liked Rogue One. I had no issues with it, even though there were supposedly problems in the background of it.
What? Whoever, I'll fucking fight anybody that says there was a problem with that movie.
No.
That movie
in the production where they had to go reshoot
okay. Well, it's a fucking movie, of course. Well, no, that's not an issue. Like, honestly, anytime, like, everybody always freaks out when they hear reshoots. Reshoots, that's the kind of shit that you want to have. Like, that's, like, I have a budget. Oh, the color was off on this, or oh, the lights were wrong. Well, you know what? Fuck it. It's Disney. They'll give us money to reshoot it. Like, it's rarely a big deal, and damn near anybody would take a reshoot schedule if they could.
Well, the problem I think with it is that the majority of people don't really know the ins and outs of the industry. And so especially when it comes down to, this is a massive budget film. We heard that the test screening wasn't approved very well. Could you imagine the feedback that we would have resulted from before The Phantom Menace was released if we all knew how that test screening went? Just with the producers and directors. Like, shit would have been crazy. People would have lost their fucking minds. And so there's just this huge... Because we don't really know the inside of workings of the film industry, by and large, when we are leaked into this information, because we're so obsessive about this franchise, we realize that, oh my gosh, this is strange, there's reshoots. No, it's actually really common. The directors were fired because they weren't following the script for Solo, and they were going to find the story in editing. Oh my gosh, there must be a problem because they were fired. Well, yeah, because they weren't shooting the very high quality script that was written. So, of course, like it's weird. And Ron Howard has a lot of really terrible movies under his belt, in my opinion, but he's got a lot of really great ones too. And if the script is as good as it's supposed to be, and it's written by Kasdan and his son, I have all the faith in the world that this is going to be a great film.
Well, and that's where Howard's strong suit is he takes the script and I mean, there's always that little bit of voice you see in his movies of him, but for the most part, it's just, oh, this is what we're shooting? Got it. You're the one that's paying me. Like, he's really good about that. So, I wasn't worried.
The more footage I see, the more images I see, the more I learn about the Solo process that has been leaked, the less worried I actually am about that.
Oh, same here. Honestly, to me, it looks like it's just going to be a stupid buddy comedy. I'm cool with that.
Really?
It just so happens to take place in... Well, okay, it's not... Sorry, I'm
like a Thor Ragnarok buddy comedy?
No, not quite super campy and all that shit, but it's going to be more comical than... Well, shit. I don't know how to explain it. Whatever. Let's just pretend I didn't say shit. I'm not worried about it. I'm fucking excited to see it.
Yeah, I don't know what to expect, and that's what's exciting to me.
Yeah. Like, it's nice.
We were led into story elements with The Force Awakens, and so the speculation, we had groundwork to build it on. With this, we have the Legends tales, but it doesn't matter. We know where he goes from here. Yeah. And so we know that this is just going to be a ride. And that is the best part of it.
Yeah, that's how Rogue One was, too. Yeah. I think that's the kind of part of the thing that the prequel trilogies, really missed, was it didn't feel like, oh, I'm just seeing what happened before this. Like, it was its own thing. But, with Rogue One, even though that's arguably, that's one of the best movies ever made. I will go toe-to-toe with somebody with Rogue One,
One of the best movies ever made?
It's only second to Empire.
You mean Star Wars films?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
sorry, that was a blanket statement, and you had me reeling for a second.
Actually, you know what? I would probably argue movies too.
What?
I would.
Rogue One was one of the best films ever made?
I will stand by that, goddammit. It's my opinion. I'm allowed to have one, even if it's stupid.
Yes, you are. I mean, Goodfellas, much better film in every way.
Say it was better than Goodfellas.
No, but you're saying it was that blanket
statement.
It's
one of the best movies ever made. Yes. Now,
yeah,
to be
Lorcan agrees
fair,
with you. Rogue One was the second best Star Wars film ever. I put it as probably third because I don't even know if it's third, maybe fourth, because that original trilogy for me is so great. Like, I loved Empire, and then fucking Return of the Jedi. I saw that in theaters as a kid, so that has a real special place in my heart. And there's such a great payoff from Empire in that film. So I put that second, and Rogue One, I mean, it's top 4 for sure.
Hey, you know, it's a good spot to be number 4 in that franchise, I guess.
Great film, though. I mean, there's no arguing it. So as long as Solo follows that same thing, and it doesn't try to redefine who Han Solo is, and it's not trying to completely change the Star Wars world or just completely subvert expectations on what a fun adventure movie's supposed to be. As long as it just says, hey, this is a good script, good film, we're not trying to go crazy off the rails, it's gonna fucking be awesome. And I'm really looking forward to it. So let's talk about another Solo-oriented fiasco.
Another thing I thought was a joke.
The posters were released internationally in different markets, meaning in different locations around the world. And so you saw the Han Solo poster, and he's clearly holding a gun, a laser pistol. And then you saw it in another region, and there was no pistol. No pistol.
It just gets me. That's like an extension of Han Solo. Why the fuck wouldn't that be a part of it?
Okay, but keep this in mind. People took these two images and then immediately started bouncing around the idea, oh no, Disney is trying to push a liberal agenda on the movie, and because they removed the guns from the poster, hence they must be removing the guns from the film, and this is a whole new thing. It could be because backlash from... It's a movie, exactly. But fan base doesn't have rational minds.
That's very true. I mean, I can tell you from sort of an inside perspective, like Disney is getting strict with like their gun policy and stuff, because the club that I'm in, that's part of it, is we walk around in plastic armor with a fucking gun, and they lay down the law on what we're allowed to do with them to the point where we're barely able to have them.
You can't shoot babies anymore?
What's that?
You can't shoot babies anymore?
No, it's fucking stupid. We can't even point them at people.
Damn liberals, man.
Yeah. So Disney is kind of cracking down on that shit, but I mean, that's just dumb grown men dumb grown people playing plastic spacemen.
Because there are girls.
There's a lot of girls
and vaginas involved.
Yeah, there's a lot of vaginas in there.
1 or 2, anyway.
Yeah.
This is amazing to me. So you have the standalone posters, gun, no gun. But look at the
that one's so
language.
Awkward.
Look at the language. They're different markets, different targeted areas, and there are real reasons for this. Now, I am in advertising, and I can tell you just regional markets around from Canada to the U.S., you need to treat your markets differently. So if this poster is going to go into an area that you want to watch your movie, and they have stricter gun laws, or waving around firearms in any sense is somehow seen as a negative, then you, as someone who wants people to buy tickets to your movie, are going to promote it in a way that's more friendly to the general audience. That doesn't mean that the movie is going to be edited. It just means the promotional materials are going to be. And that's advertising. That's what we do. We look at our demographic that we want to target, and we look and learn about what they like, what they don't like, and we design around them. That's the point. Yeah. And of course, you and I work with applied psychology in other areas of our lives, and so it's the exact same thing. You cater to your audience. And so when fans see this and they don't understand advertising, they don't understand targeting specific locations around the world, and they may not like having Lando Calrissian, who looks bad as fuck right there.
Yeah, that fucking guy.
He looks freaking awesome.
Yeah, like if there was any worry about him playing Lando, that poster alone, that's just okay. I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's all it is. It doesn't mean that anything else is going into this. This is simply just a marketing advertising decision. Yeah. And can I just say, I really want to know who Kira is. Like,
we'll find out here in a little bit.
What's that?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited to find out too.
Oh, goddamn.
Now,
Emilia Clarke is so goddamn sexy.
How like I don't want to see this. This would actually really piss me off, but it'd be hilarious as like an alt cut on a Blu-ray. How hilarious would it be if they did an ET edit? Like, you know what I'm talking about, right?
No.
In E.T., the very end of E.T., where there's all the FBI agents and they're out of their cars trying to stop Elliot and his friends. Yeah. They originally had guns in their hands because they're fucking federal agents. And that didn't test well, so they changed it to walkie-talkies in all their hands. How fucking hilarious would that be if everybody just had walkie-talkies in this as an edit? That they like...
Yeah, they didn't change context for anything, so they're still holding it out?
I was thinking about that earlier. I was like, God, that's stupid. I need to talk about it.
That's awesome. I didn't know about that change. I always just watched it as the theatrical release and loved it. That's interesting. That makes a lot of insane sense. That doesn't make sense for the time, though, because at the time, that cops and robbers was a real thing. Like, cowboys and Indians was a thing at that time. Like, I played it as a kid.
Yeah.
Like, it was a normal, non-racist game. So
it's okay. I was played it too.
It was a different time.
I was lost. Because apparently you can't go home with your friend's fucking scalp in your hand. Stupid.
Fucking laws. Thanks, Obama. Fucking anti-scalper. Okay, what are we talking about here? We're talking about the posters.
Yes.
Okay, so that's absurd. And that's kind of where the rumors have all been going. It's you see one change in a marketing piece, or one person saying they would like to see this, or maybe presenting a random opinion that you like, but is just not in line with what the directors or producers are thinking. And it doesn't go that way, and then we cry foul and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm having a real hard time still. I've listened to the audiobook 3 times. I've watched the film, I think 5 or 6. I think it was like 5 times now. I still don't like The Last Jedi. I don't think I ever will, and I'm okay with not liking it. But it's not my place. It's not my story, is my point.
Yeah, you don't need to like it. It's just...
Like, there are elements. There are scenes that I like. There are elements I like. I just don't like... Yeah. I want fucking Luke Skywalker, goddammit. That's my biggest gripe. I just want him back.
Last 2 times I watched it, I really started to not like it again. But the audiobook, even though I'm still pissed off about the expanded edition being not fucking expanded, I did like it a little bit more. Yeah. Whatever.
It's rough. So we just need to be a little more patient, I guess, is my point. Is stop pretending like what you want is what is going to be, and just realize that they're spending money to entertain us, and if you don't like it, don't go see it. If you do like it, go see it, and let's just be cool about it, It's like anything else. Fuck that. I need my... It's got to be my way, damn it. All right, so let's talk about some more Solo information. The trailer is probably already dropped by now.
Yeah, everybody's kicking off watching that now.
New Solo posters. So this is new artwork from the upcoming film that was released a little over a week ago. And these images are pretty awesome, man.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this character right here, I guess it's this really kind of plain-looking, red-headed female actress who's playing this sort of villain. Mm-hmm. Or I guess like a gang member or something. I don't know. Really looking forward to it, though. I don't know if it's going to be like a primary antagonist because you always have the ever-present Empire. But
yeah,
and this is cool. This has got to be the Sabacc game where he wins the Millennium Falcon from Lando Calrissian, because we've seen footage of Lando at that far side of this scene.
Yeah.
Oh god damn! I can't wait for this.
I know.
It's gonna be so good. I just want to see it like a poker game table, like from the Old West, where one dude is straight up fucking cheating and bluffing, and no one else can call his shit because they can't prove it. And Han Solo just like barely pulls a fast one, and there's nothing Lando can do, and he has to give up his baby. Like,
well, I wonder if they're actually going to keep the rules of Sabacc the same as, like, well, losers like me know it
from Old Republic, Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah, well, Old Republic. It even discusses it in a lot of the books, like in great detail. So I'm really. I mean, it's a part
what
of
if
the
they made it into like Uno?
I was just gonna say it's part of the movie that wouldn't bother me either way. If it was fucking Uno though, I would probably get up and walk out.
What if it's like hit the deck and like fucking everyone's like slapping the table and Lando just does a bitch slap to Han Solo? I'd be okay with that.
I'd be cool with that. It's not Uno.
Lorcan asked if we noticed that the Falcon looks different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got that escape pod on the front of it that has got to be like one of those closing scenes where someone escapes with their life or something.
Oh, yeah.
Here's an interesting thought that I heard other people talking about, is that Han Solo never says that he was piloting during the Kessel Run that the Millennium Falcon did so quickly, that broke the record in. He never said that he was doing it. He said that you never heard of the Millennium Falcon? It's the ship that did the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs. You know, it was never that he did it. It was that the ship did it. And so, what if he's not piloting? What if it's Kira, or what if it's Lando?
Then my entire world has been destroyed. Because that's fucking impressive, especially if you understand the layout of the Kessel Run and the amount of black holes and shit that's there. Like 12 parsecs is amazing.
I don't know what a parsec is. So.
A parsec is a measurement
like
of length.
Amazing.
It's a measurement of length, not time. Like everybody's like, oh, it's time. That's bullshit.
Parsecs
but it's
your junk. Is that a milliparsec?
I don't. Anyways, yeah. It's impressive. Shut up.
Sorry.
Nerd.
I agree. It is impressive. I have nothing to base it on except for him saying that and no one ever saying that's not very fast. So I assume it's fast. You wouldn't go bragging about it if it was slow, you know?
Well, he might. It's a fucking farm boy and an old wizard. They don't know what a parsec is. Or the Kessel Run, probably.
I do love the wizard references in the movie, though. Like, because there's no other...
Weird.
Even like your sorceress ways when they're talking about Vader. It's like this weird magical Uki thing, and then later on it's like, I don't know. Anyway, okay. So yes, we do notice that the thing is different. But to be fair,
well, it's not his.
Lando did his own thing. So when Solo takes it over, he does his own modifications that nearly break the bitch every second of every day. So he's like souped it up and customized it.
Well, she's also hundreds of years old at this point. If we're going from Legends, I don't know how that works out, but from the Legends standpoint,
it looks brand spanking new in the film. So I don't know if they're gonna like redact that and say that Lando like had it custom made. You know, like he got it right off the factory floor and souped it up or something.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting.
Which I'd be fine with.
Because the ship is a character in the film. I mean, it is
absolutely
ever present in every single film. Even in the prequel trilogy, it's like teased in there. So it's, you know, you feel like it has an air to it, like its own personality. I mean, it was one of the first toys I had as a kid. Was the Millennium Falcon. And it was great.
I got one sitting right over there that I play with regularly.
Nerd!
But I mean, God, it has even more of a character presence than Chewbacca did in the last film. Like, it's an important part of the series.
It's true. Okay, so let's go to this next one. And this is Simon Pegg confirms that Rey had a different parentage with J.J. Abrams' story. This was interesting to me. So this was a podcast that Simon was in. It's Happy, Sad, Confused podcast. And they were talking about Star Trek and Star Wars and some of Simon Pegg's other films that he's doing that they're coming out. But he mentioned that he had this conversation a lot with J.J. Abrams during the pre-production, production, and release of The Force Awakens. And he already sort of had these notes mapped out of where he wanted the story to go that he then handed over to Rian Johnson. And Rian Johnson took what he liked and discarded what he didn't like. Yeah. And apparently Rey's parentage was one of them. And so it brings up this whole new problem that everyone has, is that Rey is this Mary Sue that can beat everyone. Kylo Ren, who studied his whole entire life to be a Jedi. Luke Skywalker, who is a fucking Jedi Master, and she beat his ass. She's like this perfect creature at every single fucking thing she does. She's never failed ever. And yet, she's nobody. And so it's interesting that there was an alternate version of this originally planned. Do you think that that changes the experience for you at all?
Nah, not at this point. At this point, with the direction Rian Johnson's gone, like, not much is going to do anything for me. Like, ruin it, I guess I should say.
Yeah.
I mean, there was such a build-up to find out who her parents were, and then, with the what was it? That Disney game, one that comes with like little toys. It teased who her parents were.
Wait, what? I've never heard of this.
Yeah, this was before the release of the first movie. God, and it's
there was a toy game that.
Yeah, there's a video game, and the name's completely eluding me. It's a stupid video game for children with parents that have a lot of money and don't want to listen to them. It's basically, in order to play a character on said video game, you have to go out and buy a toy that you put onto a pod that puts the character into your game.
What did it say about her parentage?
I don't remember. This is years ago. I just remember that was a thing. But it teased at who her parents were, and it wasn't just like some, drunks on a desert planet.
Yeah. Like
she was supposed to have some sort of Jedi lineage.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Josh is saying like a Spiro stuff.
Yeah, it's exactly like that. But for the life of me, I can't remember what it's called.
Lorcan had mentioned that. I'm sorry, we're taking a step back here really quick. That he hopes Jabba the Hutt snuck in there. I wouldn't mind a Jabba because he's a crime lord. Like I wouldn't mind a reference to him. I would be concerned if there was too many familiar villains, like anti-Solo villains in there. Like I don't want to see Boba Fett in that film.
No, it wouldn't make sense.
Like it's just too early for me. I definitely think he's a powerhouse. Especially in the Outer Rim. It would be weird if they didn't mention him in some context. So I do think that would be cool. But if you remember Jabba the Hutt in the remake of the original trilogy, A New Hope, and how small he was when he met Han in the hangar, and Han sort of like stepped on his tail in that weird, awkward digital revision.
Yeah.
And then you saw him in Jedi where he was this massive slug. I mean, at this point, he would be even smaller. This early on, so I don't know. Maybe he's not even a crime lord at this point. There is, god damn it, I can't remember whether this was Legends or whether this was Clone Wars. But Jabba, he actually connived to take over the position on Tatooine that he has, that we know him from, and it was one of his relatives that he like tricked and murdered in order to get that.
That was Legends.
Was it? Oh damn it!
Yeah, I don't think that was in Clone Wars because I know what you're talking about.
Well, anyway, I mean, it's very clear that he was a much younger slug. So I don't know if he would have the gravitas, the weight, but it would be interesting to see like an up and coming, or the rumor of this up and coming Hutt. Yeah. Named Jabba.
Well, and especially if they're like on Nar Shaddaa or anything like that, or Nal Hutta, like it would almost.
Nal Hutta. Do you think they would even ever go there? Like that's a deep cut, deep pull. Like would anyone...
that would be cool if they did, because then that would make, because I don't remember if that's considered canon at this point or not. I mean, I know Nar Shaddaa is, but
anyway, they would be very cool.
Whatever.
Very cool. I'm hoping Vader's not in it, but if the Empire's involved, I can't imagine seeing the silhouette of him in some form. I mean, this is like a small smuggler skirmish situation. I don't, but we did see the Empire. We saw a Star Destroyer, presumably in the Kessel Run, chasing.
Oh my god! The new fucking snow troopers, those range troopers.
Yeah.
Fuck.
This has turned into a solo discussion.
Yeah, I don't care. We can talk about it.
Okay, well, we're gonna go to. Oh, here's some more. That snow trooper.
That's not the snow trooper.
That's the speeder bike dude that was chasing him. I don't know why I didn't continue going through these. These are great.
Because we got too busy talking about Solo.
Yeah, we totally. Okay, so
a range trooper.
Here's some more stuff. There he is.
I want to build that for
these are a series of trading cards, of Topps trading cards that were released with a Denny's promotion very recently, like in the past week and a half.
Yeah.
They're doing this special, like merchandising tie-in with the movie, which is fine. I don't care. Some of these characters are pretty damn retarded. Like Therm's scissor punch.
You know what? That's probably going to be the one that wins all our hearts.
Probably will be.
Because it just sounds so stupid. And it looks so stupid. Like, I got an obstacle clause. Yeah. And what? That's going to be the one where like, fuck, who's Han Solo?
I just want scissor punch, man. Like, give me a black series of scissor punch.
Hey, you never know. Might happen. Might happen.
So we know that the Empire is involved in the movie. I like it. It alludes that he actually signs up for the Empire in some capacity. I don't know if it's part of a scam or whether it's just his early days, but it does allude to that. And so, I don't know. I don't want to speculate about the story or anything, but to say that, like, for Vader to get involved, it has to be some Force-related thing. Like, he goes and hunts Jedi. Like, he is there when the Inquisitors could not do it. That's when he steps in.
Yeah.
He would go quell planets when
or destroy
or destroy planets when there was an issue. Like, he was the last resort before the full weight of the Empire was brought down directed from the Emperor himself. So if he's in it, they had to have done something like huge. So I'm not really expecting him at all.
No, it wouldn't make sense just from that standpoint alone. Like, he's never experienced the Force. He even says that in A New Hope. So it's like, what would be the point of having Vader there besides having people like us go?
Plus, I really like the idea of us having an experience of the underworld. Like the criminal side of this galaxy, because if anyone knows anything about war, it means that there's profiteers and there's a black market, and that is where Han Solo cut his teeth. That is what I want to see. Like, that's so we can have the Empire throwing their weight around on a grand scale. I don't really want a direct, like, I'm here for Han Solo because he did something. Like,
Well, the thing is, like, they didn't even give a shit about him until after the first Death Star blew up. Like, it wouldn't make sense for them to be hunting, like, the Empire itself hunting him at this point. He's just a fucking smuggler.
Okay, Josh just blew my fucking mind. He said he's got it. It's called Disney Infinity is the game. And when
Infinity,
Rey
there we
fights
go.
Kylo says, "Face me, cousin."
Yeah, that guy.
And the rumor was that Simon Pegg said that J.J. Abrams originally wanted Rey to be a Kenobi, but I don't know if that would even be a cousin.
No, it'd be so far removed.
So it'd have to be like a Luke descendant or a Han Solo's sister descendant or something.
The idea of a Kenobi, because I had this discussion with somebody at one point, like, it would make sense because him and the Duchess of Mandalore, they were very close. And obviously it's a children's cartoon. They're not going to show a Jedi boinking a merc. Just, that's not what's going to happen. So we don't know.
I want to make that cartoon, okay?
I fucking want to see it. Trust me. But, I mean, we don't know if anything happened between them, like, before she died. So, I mean, it's really grasping for straws, but it's like, I could make that connect, but cousin, no. That's, like, generationally, like, it'd be too far removed. Because, I mean, she would actually be older than Luke Skywalker.
Right.
So,
right.
yeah.
Well, it's not that case anyway. But that, it is weird when you set up what would be considered canon and then you don't follow through. And then you complain that the fan base is just not accepting your decision to subvert expectation. I'm like, no, you set it up. We're following your lead, motherfucker, and then you just push this over a cliff. I'm going to be pissed. Like, fuck. So anyway, let's talk about this next story here, and this is some gaming news, if we can get into that a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on, I got it.
Maybe.
Minecraft skins. So Minecraft has had Jedi skins before, like the original, not Jedi, but the original Star Wars.
Oh, there's been Jedi
stuff. Well, there have been Jedi. My point was I meant
the
Star
different
Wars, and I didn't mean Jedi. So they've had Star Wars skins before, but this is just the Force Awakens and Last Jedi skins that have come out here. So if you're into Minecraft, that's cool. I mean, I've played Minecraft.
No. What would be cool
son.
is if they would fucking finally release a snowtrooper skin. That is like one of the only things they haven't released. It pisses me off. There's even different TKs, but no snowies.
Wow. That's weird.
That is. It's fucking stupid.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you're into Minecraft, this is kind of cool. It's just sort of letting Star Wars leak into other properties, which I'm definitely okay with.
Oh, absolutely.
Have you ever played Minecraft? Are you?
Let's put it this way. I'm trying to replicate the temple on Korriban.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a big yes.
That's a big fucking yes. I fucking love Minecraft. Because it's Legos. Like, I don't give a shit. Yes, I'm 31 years old. I still play with Legos because they're fucking awesome. It's almost a form of meditation to me. What's that?
Good on you.
Yeah, but of course, being a 31-year-old man and having a wife, she doesn't let you buy Legos as much as you'd want to. So
digital Legos are the next best thing.
Digital Legos that I don't have to clean up, I don't have to step on, and I get to punch pigs and eat them. It's fucking awesome.
Punch that pig.
Yeah.
That's what I call sex. I'm gonna punch that pig. No, sorry, baby. I didn't mean it. All right, so they released some DVD covers or Blu-ray covers based on photography from toys, like the actual toys of Star Wars, which I thought was really cool. These look amazing.
Oh yeah, that's Blackline, man.
Even Legos, and there's Legos. Your Legos. So you can always download those from StarWars.com, which I thought was kind of cool. Another one that I'm really excited for, and this is back to gaming stuff. I'm a pinball guy. Like growing up, I had a pinball machine, and so I've always loved pinball. The only game that I have on my phone is Star Wars Pinball. So I'm excited that they released a Last Jedi pinball game here. I don't have all the tables or anything. I got 2 of them, but I love me some pinball. It's just good, stupid, immediate fun, you know?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can't go wrong with pinball machines. Like
Plus, you get to like do hidden secrets and unlock stuff throughout the game, and then you get to see cutscenes, or you get to see like little action-oriented fun on these digital versions of it.
And there's porgs.
Fuck porgs. Man.
Fuck
I'm a Chewy,
your
man.
Negativity.
Shit. Eat that motherfucker.
Oh, too far. Too far.
Leaked.
Well, I mean, really, what else can you say? Pinball.
True.
Other than it's digital pinball game. It's pretty cool, and you don't have to spend.
Do you play pinball? Are you a pinball fan?
There's a fucking basically a nickel arcade up the street from me, and anytime I have a free day, which I never have a free day, but anytime I do, I usually go spend probably about $15-$20 playing pinball all day. Like I fucking love pinball.
Do they let alcohol in there? Could we sneak a flask?
Well,
I would love to do drunken pinball.
Probably.
That'd be awesome.
It's $10 to get in, and then 25 cents a play on the pinball machines. The arcade games are free until you get kicked out.
We should get a couple like grown ass men and just go do like a pinball day.
Dude, let's fucking do it. Like seriously, it is awesome. And they have a soda bar, so we could easily get super cool soda mixtures, and then nonchalantly dump our flask in there.
Spike.
Like, I'm fucking down.
Spike, all right. That sounds great to me. They would just be happy for the business. I can't imagine that they would be upset.
It's a retired dentist, if I remember correctly. Like, he's just like, I had all these in my garage. Might as well make some money off of it.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's fucking cool.
Anyway, I'm a fan of pinballs. It's fun. The only balls I like to play with beside my own. And then the next bit of information is Thrawn Alliances is coming out. Did you read Thrawn?
Yeah.
Not the original trilogy, but the new book.
I devoured this in about 2 days. Yeah, I was
good, right?
I was nervous as shit because it's like it's Grand Admiral Thrawn, and they're getting rid of Heir to the Empire, which that is the book series that really like. I've always been a fan of Star Wars, but it was like you're a fan now, and that's when I went way overboard. Yeah, I absolutely adored the first novel.
You and I both were a little concerned with Thrawn's portrayal in Rebels.
Yeah, it's a hard pill to swallow.
But it is interesting because we presume this is actually going to be doing like a flashback of how Thrawn and Vader first met, but it's also current time in the book timeline where this is during the Clone Wars, where the Emperor is like forcing Vader and Thrawn to work together to quell this rebellion on this planet. So it'll be interesting to see that dynamic where they've both known each other before briefly during the Clone Wars, and now they're working at the very early stages of the Empire to quell this rebellion on this planet. I think it'll be really interesting to see the dynamic develop. What's really incredible to me is that they're laying this groundwork that Thrawn and his species, the Chiss, have been around and influenced the galaxy now for a while. So where are they going to go? With Rebels leading off, with Thrawn and Ezra going off into wild space with the whale squids, like what's going to happen? Like they're building up so much backstory for this character. I want to see a payoff. Like I want to know what the fuck happens, you know?
Even if he only shows up for 5 seconds to die in episode 9, I'd be all right with that.
Oh, dude, what if he comes back to try to take control of the New Order from Kylo? What if he just shows up in like an old school fucking
Star Destroyer? What if it's the Ascendancy taking over? Fuck. Well,
he comes in with all the might of the Ascendancy to fucking... that would be awesome!
Yeah.
And that would be a great intro to a new trilogy that maybe Weiss and Benoff are going to be creating anyway.
Yeah.
Just saying.
That'd be amazing.
That'd be badass. So the Chiss Ascendancy is that, for people who aren't schooled in EU, it's
For one, why the fuck are you watching this?
It's a culture in the unknown regions that current canon hasn't explored at all yet. All right, so that's really exciting to me. And then here's something that kind of threw me for a bit of a loop. I don't really understand why they do this at this point. They remastered all of the original and prequel trilogy soundtracks. This kind of bothers me because why? Like, we've already gotten so many versions of them. Now I just feel like you're taking, like, mad advantage of us.
Oh, well, of course. That's always been the Star Wars model.
But then here's the bad part of that is that the design sucks.
It is
These
very
covers
underwhelming.
Fucking straight up suck. Like, this is so like lazy, blatantly. If they added like some original artwork or concept artwork, then I would be like, okay, well, you know, you're remastering the original music, you're giving us a little something new. But no, this is the laziest version of art I've ever seen. Oh, I fucking hate it so much. It drives me nuts.
Yeah, fucking Carrie Fisher, Meryl Streep. Yeah. Yeah, it's just a ploy for money, and good on them. Whatever. They know we're all junkies and we'll buy whatever the fuck they put out because we need our fix.
So fucked up. Yeah, I'm definitely not buying them again. I've already gotten them enough times. I don't need to buy something one more time. Plus, with Apple Music, you get them all for free anyway, so I'll listen to them. I just won't have to pay for them.
Yeah.
So the last bit of information I had on ours that came out in this past month, again, this is HoloNet News, we're just talking about news here in the past month, is the Forces of Destiny Season 2. Have you ever been a fan of the Forces of Destiny web series?
I can't say I've watched it.
Have you not watched any of them?
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it originally came out after The Force Awakens because they wanted to... There was this whole feminist culture that they want to promote, girls feeling empowered within the Star Wars universe. And so they did all this. The first whole season is about the different female characters and their interactions with each other, or just somehow being good women or individuals that happen to have vaginas. I don't know what the thought process is. So the first season was sort of like, if you watched like Rebels and you liked all the movies, then you saw character interactions that you wouldn't have anticipated before. Season 2 throws a wrench into that, in that it actually brings in Luke and Yoda on Dagobah during Empire, which was interesting to me. And it's just a little lesson that they teach, but it's nice. Mark Hamill reprises his role as the voice. As far as I know, I think Frank Oz did the voice of Yoda in it. So it's this really wonderful moment where you have R2-D2, Yoda, and Luke Skywalker, and it's just like another lesson that Luke goes through. What's weird about it is that Luke's not a girl, and the whole series was supposed to be about feminine empowerment, and now they've sort of jumped the shark and let in penis.
Well, that's not true. From a certain point of view, he was a girl.
If he tucked it, he looks pretty good then. If he did what was the it was a Wild Bill from Silence of the Lambs?
Buffalo Bill?
Buffalo Bill, yeah. He tucked it. He pulled a Buffalo Bill on Yoda one day during a training exercise, and then Yoda got so freaked out he just cut it off. He was like, "Fuck you! I will chop off your penis. I will."
I'd watch it.
Fucking castrated fucking Luke, so now he's a girl. Which is why they could then. With Kathleen Kennedy, you never know. She could do it. I don't know. I'm having a real hard time with LucasArts or Lucasfilms under her management after this last film. Like, she did great with Force Awakens. She did great with Rogue One. Fuck Last Jedi. Hopefully she's going to do great with Han Solo, and we just understand that she was just playing when she said the Force is female. Like, I love women. Feminine empowerment. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I'm obsessed with the idea of powerful women and witches. I love it.
Oh, of course.
But
there's
don't
a
want
line
it.
when it's too goddamn
Yeah,
much, when
I
you're
don't
forcing it
want
down our throat.
so much.
It's like, if I can't ram my dick down your throat, don't ram your vagina down mine. Fair is fair. It's called equality.
If I can't ram my dick down your throat, you can't spread your vagina over my face. Okay? Okay?
It's equality, goddammit.
Oh, man, that's funny. That's going to block us. Hey, so...
I'm surprised we haven't gotten kicked yet.
Yeah, I know, me too. I want to let the audience that exists, however fucking minimal it is, know that we've had episodes, like Disney has blocked our episodes, and then I fought them on their copyright claim, and they've released them. So I got to give kudos to Disney. Like, I get that you don't want your content to be monopolized by other people. Mm. But there are much more popular channels with vastly bigger audiences that do much more appropriation of your footage and graphics than us. So it's weird that you would target us.
Pretty much everything that's taken and put on this show has come from YouTube. Because that's the easiest way to do it.
Which is other people. Like, not Disney, but other people doing the exact same thing. So it's weird that they would target us. But, to their credit, when I fought back, they said, okay, you can have it.
And really quick, too.
Yeah. So
I think they know all this shit talking is coming from a place of love.
Yeah. Or whatever weird person that's watching it and flagging it. Could you imagine?
No, that couldn't possibly be it.
The Disney employee that runs across our show and they're like, that's too far. That's too much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's just so weird that we would get flagged, but other people wouldn't. Anyway, they let it go.
Watches it anyways.
Yeah. So coming up next time, we're going to be talking about Princess Leia. We're going to talk about Carrie Fisher. And it's going to be a kick-ass show in, I think, 2 weeks' time here on another Sunday. So next time, it's going to be awesome. Is there anything else you want to talk about as far as HoloNet news on the Star Wars front?
I think we covered about everything.
Yeah, at least for this month we did. Thank you guys so much for tuning in live and chatting with us. I really do appreciate it. It's nice to have the back and forth. I mean, I love Cameron and I love talking with him, but it's nice to have like third and fourth parties jumping in and chiming in as well.
Yeah, because then it's not as weird.
Yeah.
It's not like, we just don't hang out, so we only put forth enough effort to talk via Skype. This makes it not as lonely and weird.
True. I'm less inclined to pull my junk out when there's other parties present too. So
yeah,
there's
that too.
All right, thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Click that little bell icon if you'd like to be notified about the next show. Watch the show live like these other individuals. Interact with the other audience members and contribute to the show in the chat. Be sure to let us know if you'd like... I'm sorry, I'm reading a script here. Be sure to let us know what you think about the content of this episode or the show in general in the comments below, and you can help support us by clicking the like and sharing the video. Until the Infernal Brotherhood convenes again, my
Is there
fellows.
something else we want to talk about, Adam? Like maybe people sending Scruffy Looking Nerf Herder videos?
What is this Scruffy Looking Nerf? Scruffy? What is this video you speak of?
Well, we have intros, Adam. And you, too, can be a part of the show.
It's true, you can.
Just say the line, send it to the Gmail, Infernal Brotherhood, theinfernalbrotherhood@gmail.com. We'll appreciate it. We need more.
Totally would. We're going to make some really great ones, though. Like
yeah, I can't wait.
Great Sarlacc. Just saying.
Oh, spoiler!
Spoiler alert! And everyone here, until the Infernal Brotherhood convenes again, may the Force be with you. Oh, I thought you had like an outro you were going to say. Like,
no, I fucking don't know where anything is anymore.
Peace.
I cleaned, so I lost my list. It gets me every time.